Well, how's that for a response? Everyone was wondering what the Buffalo Sabres would have in game 6, and they proved everybody who was doubting them wrong. 7 unanswered goals on the way to an 8-3 game 6 win, setting up the ultimate showdown in game 7 uh, tomorrow night, downtown Buffalo. I could go through all 8 goals, and trust me, I'd love to, but uh, we've all seen them. The one thing I want to concentrate on is the first goal. And it's not the play of Darlene, which it is, but it's really is the play of Matthias Samuelsson. Slafkovsky turned it over at center ice. He gets back in the zone. He turns it over again. At the top of the line, in the middle of the blue line, there's a clear shot to the net for Matthias Samuelsson. And there was one Sabre and 2 Canadians, and sure, you could put it on net. That's the high percentage play. But what he did, first of all, what he did to Nick Suzuki is he just baited him into making that move away, his stick away from getting it to Darlene, because he knows as Darlene loops in, he's better off with the puck than I am. And then Darlene just walks in there and absolutely undresses Slafkovsky. And if Slafkovsky's in town now and he's wondering where his jock is, it's about 6 feet to the right of Yakovdovich. Comes in, roofs it with a beautiful play. I mean, this is world-class talent. And the Sabres are up 1-0 and off and running, but no, they really weren't. Uh, so a 3-1 lead by Montreal. And you're sitting there going, my God, finally this goalie rotation, this evolution of goaltenders, and this revolution of placing a goaltender in the right time, in the right position, has finally backfired. Well, it didn't. And the Sabres took over. Talked about the last episode about how the elite talent, the biggest players have to be big in the biggest moments. And we really didn't see it in the first 5 games of the series. Well, you saw it last night. Rasmus Dahlin, a goal and four assists. Tage Thompson, a goal, 3 points. I mean, these guys showed up when it mattered most. And when everybody doubted them, they did exactly what everyone thought they wouldn't, is show up big time. Gotta talk about Lindy Ruff, the magic. What can I say? He's clairvoyant. I don't know. You could call him a mensch, call him whatever. Splitting up the first line of Tuck Thompson and Krebs and putting together Benson, Norris, and putting Thompson on the wing, which phenomenal results. Putting Doan with McLeod and Tuck. And all right, if you want to talk a little negative of this game, Alex Tuck once again had a breakaway. Once again, I don't know what has happened to him between the Boston series and this one. Something's up. I don't know. Maybe he can figure it out. They're going to need him in game 7. And the third line of Zucker, Hellenis, and Jack Quinn. This might be the most underrated move of the entire shifting of lines and throw them in the blender that Lindy, like any coach, likes to do when it comes to this point. Um, how does Zucker and Quinn were terrors last night? Quinn gets two. Beautiful shot from a sharp angle. Uh, this is something Montreal's going to have to deal with because this line has become it's a very unknown quality. This line, and to think that they're going to they have to prepare for how the talent is distributed throughout the lines in the lineup. And this is going to have to be Marty St. Louis' masterclass here in Game 7 because he had no answers. The whole team didn't have any answers on Montreal for Game 6. They finally, and I talked about this last episode, they finally broke Joachim Dobish. They almost got him in Game 1. One more goal within 4 minutes, he would have been gone. They almost got him in Game 5. One more goal within 4 or 5 minutes, he would have been gone. But they finally got to him in Game 6. And he's a lunatic. And he overcommits to everything. He really does. He plays every angle as tight as you can. And look, he's been on a seriously uh, admirable hot run as a goaltender. And obviously, he started for Game 7. But he can be got. And the Sabres got him last night. And to see him skate to the bench and have Fowler come in. And remember, this was Sam Montembeault's net at the start of the season. Fowler come in. That's nothing but encouraging if you're a Buffalo fan. And it's a little bit cause of concern if you're a Montreal Canadian fan because they finally got him. They finally broke him. Now, goaltenders are like pitchers, kickers in football. They're not like us at all. None of them are like us at all. They think differently, they react differently, they have a different emotional makeup. But they finally got to him. Now, on the Sabres side, Alex Lyon, Arbor Jack guy, of all people, beats him on a glove save he should have had. And I guess the second goal, you could kind of say he should have had it. In the third goal, well, that's when Lindy pulled the trigger. And down 3-1 in Montreal, that Bell Center, their apologies to Sabres fans. And I've been in the building. I'm one of you. There's nothing like that atmosphere. Nothing. And they wound up shutting everybody up. And UPL made some nice stops. But what he really didn't have to do is stand on his head because the rest of the team in front of him said, all right, fuck this. We're going for it. Once again, a masterstroke by Lindy Ruff, who has been handling this goaltending situation and this, fitting in of pieces when they belong uh, and at the right time. Well, you could tell why he's been coaching for 30 plus years. And I don't think anyone could doubt him for what he did last night with breaking up the Tuck Thompson line, with putting Metza in the game. And I was wondering if it was going to be Kesselring, but it was Metza, and he was terrific. And he does get a goal. It went off Matheson, but that's the goal. And he scored. And I just can't imagine what's going to happen downtown tomorrow night in Buffalo because this series has been so incredibly, what can I say? It's been mind boggling. The only game that was close was game 4. It's either someone dominates and scores in bunches, or the other team has at the same time defensive lapses, and it just keeps going back and forth. Who the fuck knows what's going to happen tomorrow downtown? Sabres, 36 to 22 in the shots, 18 to 9 in block shots, and that's just the official counting. I counted myself going through the game again. Uh, 23 block shots by the Sabres and 12 by the Canadians, but that's just my subjective uh, opinion. Thought the officiating was good. Francis Chiron, Gord Dwyer, once again, he shows up. Maybe he'll make his appearance uh, tomorrow night downtown. The three stars: Rasmus Dahlin, Jack Quinn, Tage Thompson. I want to get to my 4-star here, and as always here on Rod Shoe, Buffalo's Sports Truth, is brought to you by Colden Cab. Colden Cab at 804 4444, because when you're in one of our cabs, you're family. But who the fuck are you to call Colton Cab? Who the fuck are you? We got to come get you? Who the fuck are you? You're a man who can make a car payment. You're a man who got a DWI because you can't fucking hold your liquor and keep it between the lines. Who the fuck are you to call Colton Cab? And you better tip 30%, because I swear to God, these drivers, they'll call them from all around. They'll enjoy kicking the shit out of you. You gotta go to work on a Monday with a black eye and scrapes. What happened to you? I didn't tip 30% at Colden Cab. But at Colden Cab at 804 4444, when you're in one of our cabs, your family. 4-star goes to Matthias Samuelsson. I always have to apologize about thinking of trading him in the offseason. I take a second, a seventh, half his contract. I was so wrong. I will readily admit I was wrong about him. He was fantastic. He's been the Sabres' best defenseman this season. He's been the Sabres' best defenseman in the Boston series, and he certainly has been the best defenseman in this series against Montreal. Game 7 tomorrow night. I will tell you this: Buffalo will win the game and move on against Carolina. And I'll see you back here after Game 7.